Hello everyone, how's it going? Back with our message needed here right now. Let's hop right into it and find out what message your angels have for you today. From the jump, I am hearing that you got a lot of people that are looking for you right now. I feel like there are people that want to run into you or are just looking for your presence in certain environments. I'm also hearing a double meaning with this message because there's also a lot of people who are looking out for you. I feel like, again, a lot of you have left certain environments or situations that no longer serve you. I also feel like for a few of you, there's actually people that are afraid you're going to show up places because you are destined to be there. So again, I'm getting a bunch of different messages. A lot of you could be feeling a little bit stagnant or drained because a lot of people do have you on their mind. And I feel like the reason is because you are elevating. You could be feeling like things are not happening for you as quickly as you want them to, but just know on a spiritual level, you are elevating super fast, especially because you rid yourself of people and situations that no longer serve you. Also, I just channeled in on my Patreon a message about this. Also, if you guys are new here, welcome. I always say this, you guys are my light workers and my healers. And because you live such a spiritual path, you're going to have situations where people are constantly thinking about you, obsessing over you, even though you may not even be thinking about them or you're trying to move away from the situation. I also feel like, again, my light workers and my healers have this star power because you do have a blueprint, a destiny that's bigger than some other people's, and they can sense that. So I feel like, again, naturally and intuitively, people are looking out for you because you are meant to do something big. And I do feel like the changes you're going through right now, it may not make sense to you, the way you're feeling or how things are going, but God has a plan for you that you cannot see. And I want you guys to comment that below. God has a plan for me. Also, please excuse George. He really wanted to be seen today. If you guys don't know George, he's my cat, and sometimes I just don't have the energy to fight him off. I know a lot of you guys like him too. He demands attention. Oh, we got the devil card coming in here. Maybe George is here for moral support because I was getting a few nasty energies. Actually, I got this message yesterday to record, but instead I felt like recording on Patreon and being a little low key. And I feel like that's kind of the message here. Like some of you may be feeling like you need to put yourself out there more, but when you go to do it, you feel like a little bit of an energy pulling you back or telling you to wait. I feel like, again, there's something about certain people that could be looking for you with not the best intentions. So if you feel like waiting a day or two to do something that you want to do, again, I feel like for some of you, you're trying to combat the spirit of procrastination. But at the same time, if you're trying to protect your energy, don't feel bad about needing to slow down on certain things that you're being called to do, including certain tasks and errands. I'm hearing a lot of you have very distinct looks or distinct cars or distinct hair colors, or your energy is very distinct. And yes, you do have people that want to see you or people that want to talk to you. And this is not always bad, but I feel for some that are in a recovery energy or in a more introverted phase of your life or a hermit phase, you just don't really want anyone's energy rubbing off on you. Not only that, people can't help but to talk. And there's something about you guys moving in silence right now or not even being too sure about what your next step is. And you don't want to run into certain people. So I'm hearing that you may intuitively just feel like avoiding people. I do think there's a spiritual reason for it because there are some people that want to run into you because they want the gossip. Like I'm hearing you are a hot topic on a lot of people's mouths, and people know that if they can find out tea about you, certain people are going to listen. On the other hand, I do feel like there are certain people that are looking out for you, and they know that you don't want to run into certain people or you don't want certain people talking about you. And you have a lot of fans, but you have a lot of people that are kind of in between that are just intrigued to see what you have going on or what you're doing. And I feel for some of you who are content creators or you like to post, of course, you're going to have people that love and support whatever you're doing, wanting you to show up too as well. So we got the devil card here because I feel like even in your worst days, you guys can evoke a lot of jealousy and a lot of people that are jealous of the fact that you have this quality. And like I channeled it on last week, there are people that are kind of jealous of the fact that you could be gone and still talked about. You could be low key, but the most popular person in the room. And what I am sensing is that there is a vibe where you want people to leave you alone, yet the obsession that people have with you is intensifying. And I'll tell you why. There's two reasons. One of the reasons is because you're going to do something big pretty soon. And number two, it's because you are truly detaching from the former version of yourself that they had access to. So I do feel like there's certain people that could have even through others or through certain locations or monitoring spirits, they kind of knew what you were up to in a sense. But because you're being unpredictable and undetectable, people just don't know what you're up to anymore. And you're doing, I feel like you're being called to be, I feel like move when you feel inspired, because I don't want to put out there that you have to be strategical or purposely change around your schedule to avoid certain people because you'd hate to do that. But I feel for some of you, you know for a fact you have a stalker or some people that are just not right in the head. Or I'm hearing someone out there has a restraining order against an ex or something, and you're just trying to avoid certain people. And you're not wrong to assume that certain people could be out to get you or trying to find you. So that's what I'm hearing. Maybe some of you guys considered it with certain people, but You're just moving smart right now. And also spiritually, you're praying for just to feel better, to get certain people out of your energy field. Some of you guys could be feeling extra stressed lately. I'm also can't help but to see like this card is like a cigarette or smoking. So maybe some of you guys release a smoking habit, or someone could have a smoking habit. I also feel like when certain people are in your energy field, you could pick up their patterns or their habits. So a lot of you are ridding yourself of certain people that were holding down your energy. And as you push out certain energies, you can feel surges of certain people's energies try to come in and come back. So I'm hearing that this isn't your energy. If you're feeling particularly more off than usual, George, if you set yourself on fire, we're both gonna have a problem. So chill. Get the tail over here. All right. Yeah, and George coming in here and me multitasking, I think has a lot to do with also the energy of the collective too. Like you guys are constantly trying to multitask, all the things you have to do in your life, being a normal everyday person with your spiritual gifts, trying to figure out, how to move, when to post, when not to post, when to show up, when not to show up, where to shop, how to, just function the best way possible. And I hear you guys, honestly. I don't want to stop this message because it's come through very easily. All right, George, please don't interrupt me. All right, so you're on a new cycle, or you're going to be entering a new cycle soon. And some of you are feeling like, well, I heard that message very recently. But sometimes you can go through really quick and rapid spiritual transformations where you end a cycle and then you start a new one and another one. Some cycles are longer than others. And keep that in mind. In the spiritual world, timing is very different. So you could have a very long chapter of your life that is years long. Oh, George. You could have a very long chapter in your life that's years long. You could also have a short chapter in your life that is really quick. So you ended a quick cycle. And I feel that this past cycle that you were in was a huge transformation to something that's next. You have people that are checking for you because they feel no matter what they do, you're always on to the next. And I know a lot of you guys don't feel this way about yourself, but because you're so productive and because you always seem to be having it together, people assume that even when you're in seasons where you don't know what's going on or you're resting, that you have some kind of big plan. And it's true. Intuitively, they know maybe more than you do. You do have a divine plan that you're following. And there's a person I'm hearing that is just completely obsessed with you. And this is somebody who you think is long gone and out of your life. And we got this devil energy here because, again, people are so trapped in their habits and patterns, and intuitively they become obsessed with you because you have a light to you and you have this ability to see right through people's stuff. And people can sometimes get obsessed with you for multiple reasons. Their soul knows that you have answers that they need, but also there's an energy where this person is still trapped in the same patterns and habits, and they just perceive you winning as some kind of insult to them. Not only that, I actually feel like for those that are super spiritual, you may feel like the enemy is after you a little bit more than usual, or spiritual warfare has turned up a notch, even though you're minding your own business. And I also feel like there's a reason for that too, because you have people that look to you for their light. And this is for my people especially who are planning on or do some sort of content that reaches a lot of people, or your message, but you don't have to be a content creator or have a huge audience to have this energy. I can't stress that enough. But I feel for some of you could be feeling particularly worn out, drained, like you don't want to show up anymore. And part of it is to protect your energy, but another part of it is truly this energy is wanting you to give up or wanting to think that what you're doing is not helping people. And there's people that have an obsession with you showing up because really you are their light, and your words that you speak do give them inspiration and guidance in your energy. But there's also another side of this where there's people that are obsessed with taking you down, and they don't intuitively really quite understand why. And I do feel like it's because they're just lost in the sauce and attached to not so great energies and things around them. So I'm hearing like jealousy is a big factor here. And a lot of people's obsession with you. It's like a lot of people are comparing themselves to you. The Page of Swords for me is like the stalker card. So it's funny because you do have people that are just comparing their life to yours. Whatever you do to whatever they do. Like some of you feel especially winded or tired when you just do something so simple like post a picture with your family, or something like that could be a little public, but you got people that compare maybe the way you look to the way they look. You got people that compare maybe how much people are commenting on your picture to theirs. Like, I feel like you guys just feel like you can't just simply exist. And it is because of the fact that your existence is a light to a lot of people, and that's what they look for you, and it's part of your destiny. But another side of it is the dark side of it. There's a lot of people that don't like you shining, and it just threatens something about themselves because basically they've lost touch with themselves, and energies around them or their own low vibrations have convinced them that somehow you're the problem in their life, when in reality, they're somehow chained to something or some kind of situation that just isn't for them. I feel like you triggered those people because you represent moving freely in a sense of not with these chains that these people have on them as far as the way they move in society. And like, you guys live your life in a way where people wish they could, and people see you as someone that's free, even though a lot of you guys may feel also very confined, especially by your spiritual path and by your gifts. It's funny because some of you feeling really confined and really like I'm hearing like stuck even. But the truth is that you're being called to slow down and rest while God and your angels take care of some of these energies that just won't give it a rest, is what I'm hearing. You definitely have people looking for you, checking for you. And that's why if you had plans to go certain places and they randomly fall through, or you really were planning this big project, but you decided to pull back your release date on it, or you're just not showing up as much, or you haven't really been posting, or you haven't really been revealing too much, or even spending time with certain people, there's a reason because of it. You may have one person in your group that gossips too much. You may have a certain person that is trying to show up where you are. There's something about you guys moving in a way that's best for you until some of these energies die down. And it also has something to do with this transformation you're going through too, because when you go through spiritual transformations, you are very much more sensitive than usual. So you are in a state of high sensitivity too. You guys have phases in your life where, yes, these energies do exist. They always exist as a light worker, as a healer, right? But there's also certain phases where these energies are unbearable. Those are the times in your life where you're meant to go inward and elevate a little bit more. But I do feel like right now, you guys could be more sensitive than usual. And it could be tough, just like dreaming about these people or sensing some of these people from your past. You got a lot of good things coming, and that's what I want to focus on. But some of you guys may feel like you can't really go out and do the things you want to do because of these energies or because of certain factors that are going on in your life right now. But God is clearing the way for you, and that's what I'm hearing. And I've been channeling a lot of angel number 123, 321, 333 as well. You're going to be connected with the right people, the right help. I do feel like God is sending you the right people, the right protection. And that's why right now you could be feeling a little stuck. But at the end of the day, God's always going to take care of you. And that's what I'm seeing. Or even unmotivated. Yeah, maybe some of you guys used to love to do something and now you don't even feel called to do it anymore. Maybe some of you guys, you were inspired and now you weren't anymore. There's something going on here where you're definitely avoiding certain people energetically till this time period passes, or till you regain your strength, or till a blessing comes in, or till the timing is right. There's something about timing being very important here. Your energy's protection being very important. So let's see who's looking for you and why. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie too. There's also double meanings here because there are people that are kind of afraid of you guys as well, because even in your worst seasons, you guys do exhibit this strength, this inner strength, and this knowledge. And people still think that, like, there are people who think that you are an enemy of them, and they may talk about you like, oh, if this person shows up, I'm going to fight them. But in reality, a lot of people are scared of you, because if you showed up, they'd be scared or they'd be threatened, right? So there's a certain environment where someone is hoping that you don't show up or you stop showing up, but maybe you have to show up once in a while or something like that. I don't know, something about somebody wishing they'd push you out of a certain environment, but you're not going to because you're destined to be there. So they could talk behind your back being like, oh, they better not show up today. Oh, I'm looking for them, but in reality, they hope you don't show up because they're actually scared or threatened by your presence and your light. A lot of weird energy coming into this message today. And like I said before, I was almost going to do this message yesterday, but I just felt like really drained and tired. So I'm like, whatever this energy is, it's probably wearing a lot of you guys out too as well. And I feel like it's people and situations that you've rid yourself of that are very much annoying, like pestering your energy field, showing up in your dreams. This is a last attempt, I feel like, for some energies to come in and come back. And I think some of you guys may be even hearing from certain people, or certain people may be popping up. And that's another thing as well. You guys may notice like someone started following you again, but they didn't say anything to you. Like, people really want to be back in your life because of monitoring spirits. That's why I say be careful. Maybe some of you guys are going to be doing a social media clean out. Like, you look at your followers list or people from your past that you don't want to deal with or don't want access to you. Of course, if your page is public or you can't hide forever, but I do think it's a spiritual thing. If you guys want to go in and remove certain energies, certain people, I think blocking always puts up an energetic boundary. Even it's kind of like a ritual in a sense where you do a prayer and you physically block somebody. You're putting up a boundary with that energy and you're letting that energy know, like, I don't want you seeing my stuff. So I do think certain people too, they don't even realize they're monitoring spirits, but you guys have quite a few of those around right now, especially in your seasons of isolation or even being low key. Those energies kind of turn it up a notch because there's almost a sense of you disappearing and doing something big, which is elevating, right? There's also a sense of them almost thinking they've won, but also a sense of them being upset because your existence is something they enjoy, especially for my people out there who feel like these certain people who look for you, they copy you, or they try to be like you, or they use you as a source of energy or inspiration. There are people in your life that you didn't mind allowing them to use you as a source of inspiration or energy, right? Maybe friends or certain family members or work situations. But I feel that you guys are going through a transformation where you're transforming yourself and deciding who it is that you want to be and God's plan for you and what's next. And you don't really want anyone's energies affecting you and affecting that. So, or that is what's going on spiritually with you. Like, you're going through a transformation, figuring out who you are and what you want. And God and your angels do not want anyone interfering with that, even energetically. Because yes, other people's energies and opinions can affect you and your decision. People can sway you in a certain direction. People can get you not to do certain things, even if it's so slight. When it's in these time periods where every move you make is important and calculated according to your plan, like the people you're going to meet, the places you need to go, certain connections you're destined to have, right? There's certain things that are in your life that are pretty touchy, and God and your angels don't want certain people interfering with that. So I do feel like you got certain people that would love to interfere with certain things going on in your life, especially an X energy I'm seeing here that wants to interfere with a relationship in your life or you moving forward with your life, and it's just not going to happen. So that's why in certain situations, you do have exes or past people trying to come through, but not coming through. The thing I want to say to you as well is that you guys are aware that certain people are in your energy field, but I feel a lot of you could be kind of annoyed because you're like, okay, I see these people in energy field, why don't they reach out? And I do feel for a lot of the case, like, people are afraid of you, but not only that, they fear your rejection. Like, you already walked out of people's lives and it hurt their ego. Even if you explain to them that they did something wrong, or you explain to them that their energy is affecting you in a not so great way, or you decided to just move forward with your life and it had nothing to do with them, there's certain people that see you moving on and moving forward as a rejection to their ego. So they're not going to put themselves in a position for you to reject them again. So I see that there are certain people that want to reach out to you, but the truth is that they can't because, well, energetically, you're putting up a big barrier and you have spiritual protection, but number two, ego. So they're hoping that running into you would make you feel like it's fate or something like that, right? And you have I feel like you have people that could be, I don't want to make you guys paranoid, but I'm going to like plot on you, but it doesn't have to be a bad thing. Like, there's certain people that want to write themselves into your story, like stalkerish energy, especially for people out there who have a lot of eyes on you. People from your past that want to write themselves back into your life. And they're thinking that they could do it the natural way or even regain some sort of power control by running into you or by accidentally running into someone you know or something like that and making their presence known. So you have people wanting to make their presence known in your life without directly contacting you. And that is the main message I'm hearing. And some of you guys may find it hard to believe, but believe your dreams, believe the energy that you're feeling. Believe me that people are obsessing over you right now. The devil came out first and frustrated with the fact that you have walked away. And there's a panic going on in certain people's energies because they realize that you might be walking away for good. Like, some of you guys could be moving or just purposely not doing the things you used to do anymore or not showing up anymore or quitting certain environments because you're being called in a new direction. So there's someone who has a plan here of getting you back, and getting you back doesn't have to mean romantically. It could be getting back at you as well. Because a lot of times too, and a lot of guys have realized past soulmates or exes or toxic people from your past may want back in your life just as an ego boost, right? Not always because they have good intentions, because they feel rejected or hurt by you, or they want control. They could have some aspects of love there, but you've far moved beyond a lot of these situations. So I see a King of Swords here. Could be air sign person. I'll see earth sign placements too as well. Someone's obsessed with you because they're frustrated that... Yeah, and it's interesting because I'm hearing for some of you guys, there's a situation with somebody where they could have purposely cut you off or made you feel bad. And maybe they wanted you to chase them, or maybe they wanted a chance to come in there and fix things with you. But I think after a certain situation ended, you made yourself inaccessible to this person. Maybe blocked them out, stopped going certain places, stopped talking to certain people they know, stopped even doing anything for them to know what you have going on. And maybe when you guys do reveal yourself, it's far removed from whatever this, like, you're not showing too much information. I feel like this could also be intuitive. Like, some of you guys may not realize you're doing this, but other people can notice the things that you're doing before you do because they're so fixated on what you got going on. Like, you guys ever run into somebody and they're like, oh, I've noticed that you've been doing this and this and this, and they just get that information from your Instagram? Like, I know for a fact that I've run into people and they're like, oh, I've seen that. Oh, I thought you moved this place because I saw on your Instagram this. And it's like, people can assume so much just from seeing a picture of you. And I think that a lot of you guys realize that. So you could either be just posting random things that don't really relate to where you're at, what you're doing, or purposely creating a decoy type of vibe where you don't want people directing energy at you, so you're directing their energy somewhere else. It's sometimes going to be part of a spiritual plan. I know it sounds a little complex, but you're keeping people guessing right now, and they're looking for you, and they're not going to find you because you've been called to new environments, new people, and new situations. And maybe some of you guys have switched up your schedule or just did something where you're just not accessible anymore, or you randomly just feel like doing things differently. And that is to avoid certain people and certain energies that are just messing with your energy field while you go through this transformation, because you're going through a transformation where you're getting more in touch with yourself, and that heightens your sensitivity, but also at the same time, that can make other people's energies a little bit more obnoxious for you guys. That makes sense. Like, that's what I'm seeing. I'm trying to rationalize a little bit of the energies that I'm feeling right now to help you guys out, especially with the collective, because I know a lot of you understand what I'm talking about, and you're trying to rationalize what it is that you're going through. What is your feeling? Why is this happening, right? So I'm getting the information for you. We've got February could be significant. Something could have happened in February. A wish is granted. Or this could be revolving around someone born in February. Maybe somebody who is looking for you is born that month. Or you guys could be. I'm a February baby. Woo! A goal-oriented person, heartache over what you no longer have. There is somebody here whose goal is to run into you, to find you. And yeah, you are a lot of people's focus because you are so goal-oriented and purpose-oriented that energy of itself is so attractive to people. A lot of people are not like that. They just eat, sleep, breathe, go with whatever society's doing, whatever, and then like your energy just makes people feel like they're doing something, they're going somewhere. And there is a sense of people knowing that you're going to do something bigger, at least you're going on to something bigger and better. And if they don't get in contact with you soon or run into you or something like that, then they're going to be forgotten about. A new job, news. I feel like, again, there's also certain people that want to like stick it to you a little bit. Like they want to come in and like brag about like happen to run into you, but somehow brag about all these amazing things they have going on. And if they were truly happy with what they had going on, then why would they want to tell you about it? Like, there's just a lot of people that want to one-up you, basically. And I think that's why you guys are avoiding certain people. Maybe so you guys lived in an environment or... Oh, George! Sorry, guys. George is really demanding a lot of attention today. So I definitely take that as a sign. A lot of past situations in your life, whether it be friends or exes, family members, people want your attention right now, but they're going very roundabout ways of getting it. And one of those ways include trying to run into you certain places. So I feel that some of you are in the clear because you went to a whole new environment where nobody's at. Some of you have just been hermit right now and you're wondering why you're not feeling a desire to do certain things that you are used to doing. Doesn't really matter. I also was saying before that certain people want to stick it to you like their life is going so great, but they wouldn't try to be doing these things if their life was so great. Their main goal is to get your attention, whereas your goals are bigger and grander than things that they can even understand. And that's why a lot of people are attracted to you and attracted to your energy. They know you move with intention, and they know that even when you don't know what's next, you're always taken care of. And there's certain people that miss being in your protection. Because George almost singed himself with the flame. That's why I got scared before. And he's never done that his whole time of sitting on my table and me doing readings, even for my first YouTube channel, like 8 years. Please, George. He's really being like extra today. And what I'm sensing is that like, it's a sign that like people are getting singed right now and hurt because they don't have your energy and your protection in your life. If there's an energy of somebody here that ever since you have left, things are going south for them, and you were a person who tried to protect them and help them from certain things. And you're no longer there to do so. And not only that, you probably removed yourself or were removed from this person because God and your angels could no longer protect you from this person's low vibrational energy. So you're wondering why certain people bring in arguments or depression even, or just weird vibes and energy. And you guys are strong enough to protect yourself from a lot of this stuff, but there's certain people that are just moving in the wrong direction where their energy is bringing in a lot of other people's or their own demons into your life. And basically, I felt like your energy, while their energy was dragging you down, your energy was protecting them. But they no longer have that. So they're hurting like 2 times the amount without you in their life. And unfortunately, some of these energies around them, or even people, if there's a darker person around them, are convincing them that basically you're the reason why they're hurting so bad. Now, they could be hurt from you not being in their life anymore, but they did it to themselves. Like, you know, they walked into the flame themselves, basically. Metaphorical for George over here and his crazy behavior. Like, I know some of you guys love George, so I leave the George moments in there, but sheesh, today, you almost got hurt, George. You gotta be careful. Okay, so we got getting together with friends. We got the proposal. Also, George knocked over this card from a different deck that says the proposal. So, meanwhile, you have a lot of great things happening. I feel like there's going to be some sort of opportunity. And you guys should check out my Patreon, because that's what I was just channeling yesterday when I meant to do this message today. So I feel like they're correlated. But to make a long story short, that you're in a resting mode, but you're opening up your energy to a lot of opportunities. Things are going to just be seemingly more blessed than usual. Like, things are going to be seemingly falling out of the sky. Like, that's what I'm hearing. Sorry, my words are not making any sense. But that's what I was trying to say. Like, it's going to feel like opportunities are just falling out of the sky. Doors are opening for you. There are certain, that's what I'm hearing. Check your mail, check your email, answer your phone calls, because you're going to get those callbacks. The good news, I saw a new job over there. Like, good things are happening. And just because certain people in the past are heartbroken, trying to run into you and distract you from the good things you have going on, doesn't mean that good things are not happening. And just because you're meant to be low key, you could be a little tired and drained or unmotivated, doesn't mean that there's not a blessing coming. Some of you guys see this tiredness, this drainedness, this lack of wanting to do anything as a bad thing, but really it's just you being put in a rest mode so these opportunities to come in, and it's gonna feel like they fell out of the sky. But this is because you guys have been doing the work. So yeah, if you guys want to support me on Patreon and check out that message, I get a little bit more into detail about that. But that's pretty much the message I have for you guys today. I wanted to keep it light, keep it sweet, give some George attention that he needs right now, and that's exactly it. I feel like you guys are deciding to probably just focus on yourself, the people, the situations that are fueling you, and the rest is gonna come. That's what I'm hearing. Like, opportunities are gonna come, good things are gonna come. We got January coming in there too as well. So that could be significant. Protected from negative forces beyond your control. That's the whole point of this message here. You're stepping into new experiences and removing yourselves from the negative forces that were preventing you from stepping into your true destiny. It's like you're entering a different dimension and level and going into a new one, where these past energies are trying to pull you back down into these situations that no longer serve you, or maybe never served you at all, especially if they're going in the wrong direction. And, you know, someone's going out of your life. There could be somebody in your life you wish that you could have saved or helped them go in a different direction, but they made their choice ultimately. And keep your life in balance. You have to remember to keep yourself in balance, right people, right situations, things that are healthy for your spiritual health, because like I was talking about also in the Patreon message, not to bring it up again, but give you guys a little synopsis, like your energy could be traumatized by other people's low vibrational energy that they're bringing into your life. Even if to your face they're smiling, or even if they're not necessarily trying to harm you, they can, by having such bad energy that they bring in, or even treating you certain ways that are not in the ways that you deserve. It could drain you and even cause a bit of trauma. And for my empaths out there, you can also inherit or even experience trauma through other people's energies or traumas that they haven't healed, because you're absorbing all their unhealed stuff. So you guys are actually healing from other people's energetic trauma that they put onto you, and probably your own trauma you're healing from as well. So keep up the good work. Again, don't be discouraged just because you may not be feeling 100% every single day. Some of you guys are not realizing that you are healing super fast, but your bad days may make you feel like you haven't really moved forward at all. But that simply is not the truth. So don't let those negative energies, don't let these people from your past, don't let self-doubt interfere with the fact that God has a big plan for you, and you're going to see opportunities that show you that you're on the right path and you made the right choices, even if you were forced out of situations that you thought were for your higher good. So thank you guys so much for tuning in today. Subscribe if you haven't yet, and if you want to see my face again. Well, actually not my face here, but you follow me on Instagram, Queen House Love, if you want to see my face, or I do stream on Twitch every so often. If you guys want to check me out on there too as well, where I game. And yeah, I do a lot of different things. I know a lot of you guys are a lot like myself, just trying to spread your light and live your life. And there's just certain people in situations that don't want to see you win. Doesn't mean give up, and it doesn't mean that you always have to have a plan too. Do what you feel inspired to do so. And wherever you show up, you make people's day. So make sure you are around people that also make you feel good too. Okay, guys? I'll see you guys all next time. Bye.